Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do some mobility work. Filming this kind of a day later than usual. Our son had tested positive last week, and fingers crossed everyone was pretty asymptomatic. Patrick had a little bit of congestion and just like fatigue the last few days, but his HRV is coming back up, so things are good again. We're going to go through our cars first, and then we'll go into a couple different positions for some passive stretching and potentially some isometric work in those positions. So see how we feel. Today for my cars, I'm just going to come onto my knees in a tall kneeling position. So if you're uncomfortable on the hard floor, you can grab a pillow or a soft mat. So I'm going to be on both knees. And we'll start with the neck. Just trying to draw a circle with the chin. And reverse. Good, we'll go shoulder blades, so arms straight out. We'll shrug up, back, down, forward. Trying to draw a circle with your shoulder blades. Trying to keep the elbows straight. Reverse. Go, we'll cross the arms. We'll go mid-back. So I'm going to flex forward, rotate right. Shoulders back towards my heels. Rotate left. Come through. This doesn't need to be a huge range of motion. It's just your mid-back. Reverse. If you also try to squeeze your glutes, it'll help keep everything else still. Good, we'll go shoulders. Bring one hand face out. Come across. Turn that hand away. And reverse, turn it under. Trying to make as big of a circle as you can through your shoulder without pain. Go other side. Might feel a nice stretch in the shoulder and the bicep. It's always my favorite part as I come around. elbows, fingers spread wide, bring them down. Flip the hands at the bottom and the top. Reverse, flip them up and out. Wrists, block that forearm, keep your elbow tight into your ribs. Make a circle. Reverse. Other side. The more you have this elbow tucked in, it's allowing you to really isolate the wrist so that your elbow isn't helping you. Reverse. All right. I'm going to drop down onto all fours. Hands, knees, and feet. We're going to go hip circles. Trying to draw a circle with your knee. Keep it small so that your lower back stays out of it as much as possible. Reverse. Other side. Keep those arms straight. Don't let your elbows bend. Reverse. While we're here, we'll hit the spine. So we're going to try and roll up, starting with the lower back. Tuck tailbone under. Slowly trying to segment the whole spine. And release. Look up. Go into flexion. All right, almost there. Take a seat. We're going to go knees. So bring one in close, turn out, lift, turn in. Reverse. Other side. Reverse. First side, bring it in. Ankles. reverse, other foot, reverse, okay. I have my timer here. We had gotten some feedback from Anita that she liked frog in one of our older videos, so we're going to start with a passive stretch in frog. So frog, you might want something under your knees. Really kind of gets the inside here. But feet are turned out. I'm going to drop down onto my elbows. We'll go till about 2.5 minutes. And you're trying to sink into this stretch as much as you can. You'll get more of a stretch the more you push your butt towards your heels. Try to come a little deeper into the stretch. About 30 seconds. Slowly come out. Whew. All right, the dismount on that one is always the hardest. We're gonna do another one, similar, also kind of working the adductors or bringing your hips into abduction, but you'll be feeling the stretch more on the inner thighs. So you can do this up against a wall, or I'm gonna try it with my squat rack. So if you put your butt up against a wall, it's going to be probably your best bet. I can't really get that close to this wall because there's too much stuff there, but I'm going to try it using these, and we'll see what happens. I might just fail on camera. So ideally, you'll put your butt up against the wall and your legs out. And we're going to let gravity kind of do the work here. So we're going to go until a little before 6 minutes. Try and get my butt a little closer. If you feel super motivated, you can put small weights on your ankles or on your feet. But I'm just letting gravity do the work here. Trying to keep my feet engaged so my feet are kind of flexed. At about 550, we're going to take 10 more seconds to actively pull our legs toward the floor. So right now we're kind of letting gravity do the work. It's more passive. We're going to try and actively pull towards the floor for 10 seconds, starting at 550. Ready, set, here we go, pull down. And relax. Slowly bring them in. And you'll have your dismount, however you like. Ta-da! All right, so both of those setups help develop hip abduction. So trying to make more space on the outside of the hip, but generally you'll feel the stretch on the inside. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit more of that hip work, just try to open everything up, but we're going to drop into a figure 4 position. So you're going to have one leg bent, so you look like the number 4. And we're going to take 2 minutes. So this is going to work hip flexion. It's also going to be a lot of spinal flexion as well. We're going to go till 9 minutes, reaching toward the toe. Trying to get the chest as close to the thigh as we can. The non-working hip is in external rotation, so doing a lot of things at once here. Halfway there, try and come a little deeper. Couple more seconds. And slowly come out. We're going to switch sides. Reach toward the toe till about 11:15. One side might feel a little tighter than the other. It's okay. Try and come a little further into the stretch. Last 30 seconds. And we'll slowly come out. Ooh. All right. Next, we're going to work a little bit of the ankle. So depending on your availability, you can either stand and put your foot up on a chair or a box. You can be in a half kneeling position on one knee. You can drive forward here. Or if you feel okay in knee flexion, then you can drop down into combat and work the ankle here. So I'm going to try this one. I am trying to push my knee forward as far as I can. I might be able to use this to kind of anchor on. I'm trying to keep my foot flat. We'll go until about 14 minutes. So I feel a stretch kind of on the back of my heel, kind of in the Achilles area. Try and come a little further into the stretch. So if you're trying to improve your squat or your pistol squat like me, this is an essential movement to practice. About 30 seconds. All right. Switch sides. Again, trying to keep that foot flat, driving the knee forward as far as you can. We'll go until about 16:15. Might feel a stretch on the back of the calf or towards the heel. Try and come further into the stretch, really drive that foot down. Last 30 seconds. Try to get a little bit more out of your position. All right, you guys probably saw the clock before I did. Making our way. So let's do a short challenge before we kind of switch into the upper body. We're gonna try and hold a deep squat position, I don't know, somewhere 30 seconds to a minute. So if you need some assistance, you can hold on to something if you want to. If you want to try without assistance, we're going to go for it. So maybe I'll try and go sideways so I can see the clock a little better. So we're going to squat down. So we'll try and go till at least 17:45. All right, made it a minute. Try not to pass out from all the blood getting stuck in your legs. All right, we're gonna shift into the lower body, but we're gonna make it a little bit more dynamic instead of the long holds. So what you're gonna do is drop onto your belly into a prone position. This way we can work kind of all the areas of the shoulder together. I'm going to rest my forehead on my arm. Might have to scoot down so I don't hit that. And we're going to do the kind of infinity hover, swimmer hover, whatever you want to call it. But we'll go through the whole range of the shoulder. I'm gonna like scream into you guys like that. So we're gonna start arm bent, extend, bring it all the way around, bend the elbow, reverse, so it's basically just a shoulder car with some elbow flexion on each side. Let's try and get 3 more. Do the same thing on the other side, about 5 full rotations. So 1 rotation is all the way down and back. Whew. Okay. That's still tough, no matter how many times I do it. All right. Get this clip back in. So, last part we're going to work is a little bit more wrist, but in a dynamic fashion also. So you're going to come down into a kneeling position, and we're just going to rock forward. So you're going to come into wrist extension, bring shoulders as far forward as you can while keeping your elbows locked, and come back. Let's try 2 more. All right. Shake them out a little bit. Now we're going to do a little bit of dynamic work for wrist flexion. So we're going to do one at a time. You're going to start here. You're going to flip one wrist over. So you don't have your full body weight on it. One wrist is still an extension. Try and lock out your elbow. And we'll switch. Try and get 5 on each side. Just take a breath while you're there. If you need more of a stretch, you'll get it if you sit back towards your butt. As long as you can keep your elbow straight, that's fine. Let's go one more each side. If you want to add the challenge, we can do both, same time. You can almost rock back and forward. Try and keep the elbows locked out. Some people do push-ups like this. That is not me. Take a second. Just do some light cars. They should feel great. You can knock out some push-ups now if you want. All right, guys. So that wraps it up for today. Hopefully you had fun. Got a little bit of everything. Got all of our cars. Some passive stretching for the lower body. And then more dynamic work for the upper body. So drop me a note when you finish class. Let me know how it went. And we'll see you next time. Bye.